Thank you for joining me. You are following along to create a portrait in Google Drawings. And you can choose to make a self-portrait of yourself, or if you'd like to make a portrait of a famous person or a friend or family member, that's fine too. But for this project, you'll need a picture of somebody. And I prefer a kind of a close-up picture. This is mostly about someone's face and maybe their shirt and such, but you don't really want any further back than that. And you'll kind of see why when we're doing this tutorial. So please start in your Google Drive. So I'm in my Google Drive. To get to Google Drawings, I'm going to click on New in the top left corner. My mouse is acting crazy. I'm going to go to More and Google Drawings. So that, again, that was the New button, More, Google Drawings. And in the upper left corner, I'm going to give this a name. Now, since I'm going to do a self-portrait, I'm going to put my name up there and call it self-portrait. But if you're doing a portrait of somebody else, feel free to name it slightly differently. Okay. And we're going to start this project by inserting a photo. So I would like you to have a photo. If you don't have a photo yet, please take a few moments to do that. Pause this tutorial. You could use the camera on your Chromebook to take a photo. Or if you're doing a photo of a famous person or somebody else, you can search for an image online and save it to your Chromebook. It doesn't have to be the highest quality photo, because after we do some things in Google Drawings, you actually end up deleting the background photo. So don't worry if the lighting isn't right or it's not perfect. So hopefully now you've got a photo ready. So you're going to go to Insert and choose Image. And I'm going to upload it from my computer. All right, here is my picture. I just took it today. The lighting isn't the greatest, but like I said, that's okay. I'm going to crop it a little bit because we don't need all of this extra stuff on the side. So I'm going to use this crop tool that has the two little lines there. And I'm going to crop from the corners. There we go. Now I'd like your photo to take up all the vertical space. So I like dragging it to the top and then clicking on the handle, the light blue handle in the bottom right corner to make it take up all the vertical space. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of center it. There we go. All right, we're going to use some different line tools, and we're just using your background photo as like a thing to trace, like a template. So we're going to go to the line tool, and I'm going to click here. And for your first one, I really suggest the Polyline, and it's kind of fascinating. So click on the Polyline tool, and then you're going to click once. I suggest starting in the corner, and it will automatically make a straight line. If you look at my screen, it's a little bit of a light blue line. When I'm done with my straight line, I'm going to do one single click, and that will let me make the line go off at a different angle. So anytime you have a curve, you just kind of click, and it will let you make the line go another direction. So for this first polyline, we are doing the entire outline. So the shoulders, the head, all the way. And for curves, just kind of click and it will let you turn the line a little bit. And then when I get down to my other shoulder, I'm going to continue the shoulder. And at the bottom of the picture, I'm going to go straight down. And then at the very, very bottom, I'm going to go straight across. The Polyline tool, when it's successful, when you reach the end, you have to end it in the same place you started it. And when you've done that, it turns it into one giant area. So you can see now my entire picture is filled up with the shape. Now, we're going to change it. So instead of having a colored fill, we're going to make it clear. We're going to make it transparent. So if we come up to the tools again, we're going to click on the paint bucket and choose transparent. So now we can see our picture again, but you can see the line outline. I would like the line to be a little bit thicker. So on the line tool, where it says border weight, I suggest making it 4 point. Okay, so there's a tool called border weight right next to the little pencil, and I suggest making it four points. That way we can see it better. All right, now we're going to do that again with different pieces, and I suggest starting with the background. So like I'm going to start next with a shirt, and then after that I'll do the face and the hair. If we try to do it in this particular order, it makes the layering easy. But if you go out of order, that's okay too, because you can always change the layering order very easily. So my line tool is still on the Polyline. I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to do the shirt now. So I'm going to follow some of those same lines from the general overall outline. And this time, I'm going to follow shirt. And the trick with the Polyline tool is you want it to end in the exact same spot you started so that the shape is filled in. And once you've got your shape, we're going to make it transparent. Okay. And I'm going to add just a little bit more detail because I had a different kind of shirt on. All right, I think that's pretty good for the clothes. Doesn't have to be a lot of detail. Next, I think I'm going to try my face. So I'm just going to start up here towards the top. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're kind of just turning ourselves into like a cartoon image, a drawing image. So I'm going to try to follow along. There we go. Make your shape transparent. Let's add a neck in here. Okay, let's say I made a mistake. Oops, I ended my thing and it's not a shape. I can just press Control Z, okay, and I can start again. And with the Polyline tool, you always want to get back to where you started so that it fills in that space. All right, let's try the hair. And I will try to speed up this clicking on the tutorial. At any time, you can pause this tutorial and go try it out on your own. Now I'm going to move on to the mouth. The little cricket, but that is okay. And it's up to you, the detail. Do you want to do the teeth separate or not? I'm just going to make it I'm just going to start with the mouth shape. I'm not going to worry about teeth just yet. I'm going to add my glasses in next. Those are kind of important. Oops, Control Z. All right, let's add some eyes next. Eyes are kind of a tricky one. If you're not enjoying the Polyline, well, if you'd like to, you can use some of the other shapes too. like for maybe for my eye, I think I might just try a circle shape. And then anytime you want to just move things around, switch to this arrow tool in the top left, and then you can move it. And I want to duplicate that eye, so I just pressed Control D to make a second one. I'm going to try that with my Poly tool too for the... All right. Now you have some options when it comes to other facial features like the nose. You can use the Poly tool or Shape tool, or you can just use the Scribble tool. So I'm going to show you the Scribble tool next. If we go to the line tools, the Scribble tool lets you just do lines. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be a shape. So for the nose example, you could just kind of draw a nose shape. Okay, that would be one option. Another tool that would come in handy is the Curve tool. I'm going to go to the Curve tool. That works great for eyebrows. You click where you want to start, and then you click where you want the bend in the curve to be. And then when you're done with your curve, you double click and it's done. And then I click on that arrow tool to get off of it. And I'm going to use the curve for the other eyebrow. There we go. Maybe I'll do that for my nose too. All right, let's try filling in some of these shapes now. As we fill them in, they might get covered up, so don't worry about that. We can change the order. So let's make sure we're on the pointer tool. I'm going to start with my shirt because that should be towards the background. I'll start with this lower part. I'm going to make that white. And then the rest of my shirt I'm going to make blue. Okay. And now you can see some of the hair is messed up. Don't worry about that. But we'll do the hair. Let's do the hair next. Mine's a pretty dark brown. And then of course you can use custom colors too if you're not quite liking the shade. And then let's do some skin tone. Let's add the mouth. Now you'll notice here on my eyeball, the white of the eyes is in front of the eyeball, and I want it to go back. So I'm going to use the Arrange tool. I'm going to go to Order and choose Send Backward. So now the eye is in front. So we use the Arrange tool to change the order. Okay, and let's try glasses. So my glasses, I chose a dark color, so then the inside's gonna have to be my skin. And there we go. There is a pretty basic cartoon version. And then I suggest using the Scribble tool to add some extra features. So like, for example, wrinkles or shades in the hair. So I'm going to use the Scribble tool, and it just follows your mouse as you click and hold it. So you can add some lines. You could add some wrinkles. Maybe I'll take those wrinkles out. just to kind of add some interest. You can add some designs to the clothing. There we go. So we've got our image shape done, and now it's time to get rid of that picture. So I'm going to go back to the selector arrow tool, click on my picture, and delete it. So it's gone. And then I would like you to put in a background, and so I would suggest inserting a shape. So we're going to insert a large rectangle. We're going to make it the size of the canvas. So click and drag to make it cover everything. And then we're going to use the Arrange tool, Arrange Order, Send to Back. And you can choose a color that you would like to have as your background. Okay, whatever color you like. And now that your Google Drawing portrait is done, we're going to save it as a picture. So would you please go to File, Download, and choose the JPEG image that just plays nicest with Chromebooks and Google Classroom. So save it as a JPEG, and it will go to your files. And then you can go to Google Classroom, go to the assignment, and click Add or Create, and find the file, find this picture in your files. I hope you enjoyed making a portrait, and I can't wait to see them. Thanks.